What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Houston 3 did not disappoint. It was absolutely insane. It was so entertaining, so much fun to watch, a lot of stuff to go over, talk about. I know, of course, the biggest talk, but we're not gonna we'll get there eventually. So starting out with the 250s, Austin Forkner and RJ Hampshire are out. I haven't heard any news, as round 3 was just a couple hours ago, and what they practiced, I don't even know when it happened, but it happened earlier on today. So I don't know any information. I'll have to look it up and maybe try and get it back to you guys in the next video. With that being said, Colt Nichols, man, is he gonna be someone that's coming to play every weekend? I mean, he looked good last weekend with that second place finish. I mean, I want to see him and Jet go at it. As of right now, Jet's still my top guy. If he can stay healthy. I saw Jet had a spill early on in the day, along with Forkner and Hampshire, and I was like, oh. But he came back. Jet rode a solid ride. I think he finished third, got on the podium, and he started like 8th or 9th or something like that. So solid ride from him. And then just moving forward, right to Christian Craig. Christian Craig rode a super solid race, came out guns blazing, won his heat. And he won, he led the race for like 3/4 of the race he led. But in the same sense, was he leading? You know what I mean? He was leading. If you look at the results and the lap times and everything, he was leading. But it's almost as if like Colt Nichols was just like stalking him on purpose. Like he knew what he was doing. He didn't want to make the pass too soon. He wanted to see what Craig was doing in all the different sections. So I don't know. To me, it kind of seems like like Colt was just stalking him the entire race. So a lot to be said, a lot to be seen in the next few rounds. But we're going to Indy next round for 250s, so we'll know more then, obviously. With that, let's just get right into the 450s and just address the whole Dean Wilson issue, because that's the talk of the sport right now. And before I get into it, my last video was what happened, and I didn't post that out of taking a jab at Dean Wilson in any way, because I'm actually wearing a Dean Wilson shirt right now. This is the DW15, and then it has a picture of him on a husky on my back. Obviously you guys can't see it, wish I had my cam on. But with that being said, I feel bad for him. I do, honestly. He went from being like everybody liked Dean Wilson, and I'm not saying they don't, but they're obviously all frustrated with him, and you should. But I mean, it's such a touchy subject, you know what I mean? But you look at it from Ken's perspective, and it's like, I was yelling at you 3/4 around the track. You need to be aware. You know what I mean? Ken just basically got punched in the face. If Dean doesn't have any type of suspension, or not suspension, or a fine or something, I don't know. It's kind of like, or even points docked. I shouldn't say suspension or fine. Points docked off the championship. It's kind of a punch in the face to Roczen, because Roczen, I know the Red Cross is a lot more serious. Someone's down, someone's injured, but he just got docked, 4 points? Which is another thing. Ken getting docked was, in my opinion, realistically the right thing to do. I see where he's coming from, but in that scenario, something had to happen. And I agree with him. He didn't want to get docked the championship points. He wanted to get like a fine or something, and that's completely reasonable too. No one wants a fine, And I think there should be different calibers of breaking the Red Cross guidelines. There has to be something, obviously, so everyone knows not to do it, and that's something that needs to be taken extremely serious. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to venture too far off from the Dean Wilson issue. You gotta know that blue flag. If you're in 13th place, 14th, 15th, wherever he was, you gotta know at some point you're gonna get lapped, right? I mean, so you gotta be aware. And you got to at that point, you just got to cut your losses and ride the slow lines so you don't end up in this position. It was completely avoidable on Dean's part. but it is what it is. I guess it's racing. It's what happens, you know. Another week. And I guess with this, we'll go to Cooper Webb, who is the winner, but he, you know, doesn't really feel like he's the winner. I mean, my Rocky Mountain Fantasy is going to do better this week because I picked him to win. But, and, so yeah, I mean, he won the race. Obviously, he doesn't feel like he won the race. You know, in my eyes, Ken won the race. I know Cooper was in the right place at the right time, and Cooper had some lap traffic trouble also. But you know, I don't know. But and then we'll go to Eli Tomac and Barsha. And Barsha, I think we've seen a lot out of him tonight. We saw that he's going to be a title contender for sure. Especially whenever he went down and then got up, Tomac passed him, and then he just zipped right by Tomac again. I didn't honestly see the final results, so I don't know if Tomac passed him again. No, he didn't. So yeah, I mean, you've seen a lot out of Barsha. You can definitely tell he's definitely a lot more focused, and he's in it this year. I think he's definitely a contender. He was the fastest man on the track until he went down. So I mean, Barsha's definitely not. You know, he's not done. You can't. I know Ken has the lead now, but I'm telling you, I think Barsha might actually take it back next week. All right, then we're gonna go into Chase Sexton, and everybody saw Chase's wreck last week at Houston round 2. He had that huge dump off in the sand there. I didn't see too much news on him, whether he'd be back for Indy or not. Obviously, he was out tonight. I read an article saying he didn't race tonight because he was having issues with like full movement. He's going to get an MRI done to see if there's any damage to his internals. I think today or tomorrow or something he was going to do it. So I don't know. We'll have more news, obviously, within as the week progresses. So, yeah, with all that, I guess we're going to be moving on to Indy next week. Kind of stoked to finally get out of Houston. I know it was fun. You know, and the track tonight, by far, to me, was the best track we've had yet. The most technical, the most discipline. You know, you had to be a disciplined rider tonight, even as Webb said there in that interview. It was easy to overdo it, you know. So Ken is still my front runner. I think Barsha will take back the points lead next week. Or Cooper. I think one of those guys will take it from Ken. And then I think we might see a fire lit under Ken. Or, you know, we might even just see a fire lit tonight. Ken just has awful luck, man, and that's why I like him so much. And you know, you don't see a rider that has gone through what Ken has gone through, and then just keep pushing. You know, to still be on the track from what he's gone through is just absolutely incredible. So, I mean, you got to give it all to him. The guy's just a straight baller. So, yeah, I'm gonna say Barsha or Webb take back the points lead, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ken comes out and just absolutely just goes for it this Saturday in Indy. So I guess that's all I have, guys. If you guys liked the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and yeah, we'll see you back in the next one. Peace.